5, 6, 7, 8. Hey everyone, welcome back to Noodling Around. I'm your friend, Norenrad / Matt Creamer Audio. Today we're going to be talking about the newest UVI library, Drum Designer, and I'm going to be playing these sounds as best as I can. Usually in the Noodling Around series, you know me, I like to just hammer on the presets and just kind of see how it sounds and get inspired, but with drums, it's kind of the other way around. So I'm gonna just play some of these sounds, and I want you guys to just listen to the sounds themselves instead of necessarily what I'm playing, because I'm as rough as I am as a keyboard player, even rougher as a key drum player. Alright, so here's the GUI, the interface, and this is a really, you know what, I'm not gonna show you what's underneath the curtains like I have done in previous videos, because I actually want you to hear the sounds right away here. So let's dive in. Let me show you. Each one of these is a genre of music, basically, and each genre of music has its own preset with different sounds. And each one of these presets comes with basically 4 variations. So let's just hear the first one here. And they also have suggested BPM, which is a good idea because some of these have reverse sounds, such as this one. So let's play this one. This is just the first preset. Page 2 here. So of course you can play these all on their own. I don't know how to play these just on their own. Oh, what's that? Hi everyone. Welcome back to a special editing room floor update to my original video. In case you're wondering just how in the heck can you generate MIDI from this that you can make your own edits to instead of using this right here. Well, that's done down here with the, well, I've already clicked it. Let me start over. The generate button down here, you just click on anything, generate, and now you can just drag it right into your project. Which, if I move this out of the way, looks like such. And obviously that, you know, you all know what that looks like. And there's your beat from within Cubase. Okay, so that's just one thing. I mean, it's probably intuitive that that was actually a feature in here, but I just wanted to show you guys. So that you weren't wondering what the heck was going on. Alright, back to the original video. So anyways, that's the first one, and the reason I like that they've set these up into genres is because for me, I've heard trap is a thing, but I don't know anything about trap, like the you know, the standard idioms that make trap, or even dubstep. Like obviously, like in 2013, everything was dubstep, every commercial, every trailer, but I don't necessarily know what I was hearing. Like if you want to tell me, hey, what does 80s rock sound like? I could give you a whole bunch of drum beats, like patterns, and tell you exactly how it sounded, but I don't necessarily know how this stuff sounds. So this is a cool eye-opener. Let's just dive into dubstep next, and I'm going to change this up to 140 so that it plays at the proper tempo. Oh, 1400, that'd be a fast one. Let's just hear one of these ones from the dubstep presets. Yeah. Okay, so let's see, no, let me actually, I'm gonna dive into more presets before I show you what's underneath. So here's a couple more dubstep ones. I'll zoom in here. You can kind of, these here, I'm not sure exactly what these are. They're like, I don't know if they're presets or just variations. Like you can go sequence presets. So here's just some presets for kick. I guess they're like the basic ones. Got your mixer here, FX built in, the UVI effects. so that's only on the cymbals. Anyway. So they're all 140 still, so that works for us. This is a little in the way. There we go. So, hey man, this is future step. That's my favorite genre, is future step. But, oh, that's kind of cool too. I'll show you what just happened there. Is that this one? Yeah. You can trigger the pages through here. So if you hit C4 and the next one over D, it'll play the first page. Like those two just trigger the first page, and the last two here. Oh, okay, that's kind of neat. This'll, okay, I just figured that out now. This one will trigger the page from the start, this one triggers the page from the middle, or the second half. So you see this one's, the yellow starts over here. If I hit this one, it starts over here. That's cool. I didn't think that was what was going on, so that's handy. So I'm just gonna loop this one. So here I was, oh, and it won't just loop it, it'll play the song from there. So that kind of is interesting. Oh, my laundry's done. If you can hear that. So I want to show you what's going on here, because this is interesting. So you got these 4 tabs right here, where you can add sort of interesting automation to each channel. And so this one's basically panning. So it says pan to the left, because left is up and right is down. And then, but it's also got, this is what's neat. Why don't I start from the half? See how that works. You almost can't go wrong with some of these genres of percussion. You can basically just add. Let me test my theory here. My theory is that you can just add whatever the heck you want and it'll still sound fine. Like this, maybe a little much. But. Who's to say? Who's to say this isn't the hot sound of future step? But that's I like that this is a VST, like a drum VST that you almost can't not sound like a thing in. Like that's pretty impressive. I do actually have the Beatbox Anthologies 1 and 2 for UFO, UVI, but I find with old sounds, like retro drum kit sounds, it's way harder to sound like to do this and make it sound like a thing. It just will automatically sound like not a thing. It'll sound awful, but maybe that's just the state of these genres of music, where it's always kind of just a little on the edge of what's normal. Oh, am I clipping? Oh man, am I clipping? Sorry if I am, everyone. That's Cardinal Sin. So we've heard some dubstep. Let's get crazy here. What's the frickin' 151? This is probably the rowdiest one on the whole kit if I'm going by the BPM. Whew. I don't even care if this is dubstep. This sounds good. This is a good sounding. So let me show you where the power is here too. Even though these are clearly dubstep sounds, I can still play the drum beats I know. That's just a drum beat from the Transformers theme song from the movie Lion. Transformers! And that still sounds good with these sounds. So what I'll say right here is I'm very happy with the quality that UVI is actually put together here, because they sound really sharp. They sound really clear. There's a lot of clarity here, but a lot of punch. Like they're obviously they're processed, and that's kind of where music is these days. I've noticed is you can get all these old retro drum kits or like drum machines, but you have to process those sounds a lot before they sound good enough to be in a modern mix or like a modern project, because they didn't come processed. They came like super raw, and to make it have that punch, like this snare is slamming, and so this may be a good jumping off point. Sorry, my chair is getting old as heck. Let's see. I want to show you why some of these sound so processed and why that's a good thing. So we got snare here. Let's click on snare. Wait, is there 2 snares? Okay, yeah, there is. Alright, so we're on the snare page now. So when you click on any of these, it opens up the individual things. So you can see over here, you can open up the whole kit at once, which is what this is, or you can open up just the kit, just the snare, just the clap, or just the cymbal. A instance of them anyways. And let me show you what's kind of cool, what they've got going here. Also, like, notice how these 3 tabs here will change when you click on a thing. That's because you are now in this main snare thing. You're not in the kit as a whole. So each one of these snares, each snare is built off of 4 sounds layered on top of each other. Doom, doom, doom. So you got the body, the tone, the noise, and the noise. And so that's really cool, because noise is something that you need to add to snares to give it sort of that modern sound. It's just something I've noticed, and you can try and add your own white noise if you want, but that's super hard to and finicky. Like, it's not smooth to do that. Like, if you're a guy that likes to write music, doing that kind of stuff, it kind of like steals your soul, because it's the opposite of writing music. It's like constructing sounds to write music. I mean, it's not the opposite, but it's like it's busy work before the fun part, and so it's hard to stay motivated when you have to do those sounds. So they've got it all kind of set up here so you can do it yourself. But as far as I know, you can't add your own sounds to this, so you got to use just their sounds. But fortunately, because the potential this could have had as like a sound effects creation tool, if you could add your own, like, because I have a lot of little sound effects that I've made across the years, and if you add your own sound effects, which are very percussive in nature, and then you could add this sort of meat to them, that would also be really cool. But maybe that's a feature for another time. So obviously, one of the reasons why that's not such a big deal is because they've gone out of their way to give you basically every modern tool for these modern sounds. Like, this is supposed to be a modern toolkit. It's not supposed to be a sound effects toolkit. And so what they've done is they've put together all these sounds that sort of create the modern sounds you've been hearing in music and commercials and things like that. So like when you look at low EDM, you got all these different ones here. Or sorry. So what's this low EDM sound like by itself? Oops. So let's just, I'm gonna run through a few of these while the preset's playing. So that, it's not, I didn't run through as many as I wanted to because I got caught up right away. But here's another thing, another cool part of this, which is also, I hope they find a way to make you jury rig your own sound in here. Although you could probably do that with Falcon, since Falcon lets you kind of go under the hood. But one of the cool things they've got here, and one of the things I really liked about Falcon, still like about it, is that you can create envelopes that they're on a tempo. So what that means for a sound like this, what am I doing here? So it's already a pretty short snare sound, so this is maybe not the best example. not the best example, but the thing that's cool about that is that you can set your snare sound to be exactly on like quantized to whatever your song is. So if you want it to be on quarter notes or eighth notes or 16th notes, then you can do that here. That's something I've actually done with other VSTs before, which took a long time and it's kind of a hassle, where I'd hit the drum sound and then I would record it to its own to an audio file, and then I would actually carve it to be exactly in the beat of my song and then load it back into something like Contact so that I could play it and know that it would be on beat with my track. So that's a lot of extra work to do the exact same thing here, which can be done here. Apparent. So anyways, let's move on to some other sounds here. We got our dubstep going on. Whoa! All right, let's hear what Future is at 160. Let me just add some beat or some bass. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of music out there that I just am not aware of anymore. Future. Music at 160. Good lordy. These ones don't necessarily work for that type of bass sound. Let's hear some drum and bass. 175. What are we talking about? I don't know how to play to this. Here's some good old-fashioned techno. Whew. Yeah. Let's hear what's going on with this kick sound. There's a better example. It's not good sounding, but it's demonstrative. Okay, what the hell? That's too clicky. Alright, let's go back to the kit for a second here. I like that. Okay, a good punchy kick sound. And sorry, it's something I notice in my videos. Whenever I'm switching presets, it'll sort of make click sounds. I think that, I don't know what that is. Oh my god. Let's hear our Moombaton. This is funny because I was talking about this with my wife. What is the beat here? 85. Every time I go out anywhere, to the supermarket, or if I'm in a gym playing dodgeball or something, this drum beat just follows you everywhere. This is the modern sound of music right here. Moombaton, I guess. So it's kind of funny that it's in here now, because I didn't know what it was called. Alright, this is a good one. Alright, let's hear our kick sound. I'll go to the kick page, show you how the kicks are actually put together. So the kicks only have two parts to them. There's body and tone. Body and tone. So they've got the same thing. They've organized it into 80s. Well, maybe let's just where my bread and butter is. So yeah, it was hard to tell exactly what this library was coming in. Like, is it analog sounds or are they samples? It's like a mix of everything, because they mix the analog in for stuff like tone, but then they have samples for body. So we got the tone going there. That's sort of giving it all the meat. Actually, let's just show you what the tone is. Got some 808s in here. These rumbles are pretty beefy too. There were some weird sound effects they had in some presets. It's kind of menacing. Yeah. Tone, pitch, smooth. Alright, now let's go back to our song. Maybe it doesn't sound as good as the other one did, but... I swear I hear this drum beat everywhere. I like those claps. All right, so you know what I should do is, like, it's not all, ooh, that was getting pretty fancy. All right, let's hear that first. Oops, let's get off that bass. No. I guess that was it. Things were getting kind of cool. Oh, well, that's the sound. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, well, that's kind of cool. Even though I kind of have a personal vendetta with this drum beat that I seem to hear everywhere. I like that I know where to go to for it now, and this seems like those are really well put together versions of those sounds. And I'm not just like blowing smoke. Like, I'm a fan of VSTs, and I know when I hear a good one, and that's exactly, they're good sounding drum sounds. And just the way my brain works, as soon as I hear those sounds, it's like, all right, now I want to do my stuff with those sounds. So it's kind of cool that I can do that pretty easily with this. Let's hear, what is this? What did I just pick? I'm just picking random stuff down. New disco. So I'm going to try and make this a shorter video, so maybe we'll wrap this up in the next 5 minutes. Oh my god, that sounds good. See, this one's probably where you want it. These are good. Damn. Get it slowed down a bit here. Girl! Girl! Reminds me of old New Kids on the Block. Obviously way newer sounding, but... I love you, girl! What haven't I played yet? Let's do some trap. Trap as a genre, I just don't understand at all. Child Gambinish. I wonder what that's supposed to sound like. Yo, let's live that gangster life. You know what? You remember that song that Snoop Dogg came out with a long time ago, where he was just like making clicking and popping sounds with his mouth? I think that was like the first time I heard sort of trap-like concepts, percussive concepts. Because it seems like trap doesn't necessarily have like a lot of there's not like a lot of there's not a melody that sort of goes through the background all the time. It's like very, the drums have these like hi-hats that keep everything flowing forward, but there's only just like little hits of melody. At least that's from my outside perspective. And yeah, that Snoop song was the first one I remember being like, I don't know, man. I mean, I hope I'm doing due diligence here. I don't know what to look for with trap sounds. It's a whole different world. Maybe I'm the wrong guy to be making this video, but I'm really trying to show you guys just what's going on here. Before I go, yeah, I guess I should show you what's going on in the clap page. I keep doing that. So clap's got a lot of different elements too. It's moving. Oh, okay. If you sync them all, which they are, and you hit next, it'll go to the next one. That's kind of cool, instead of mixing individual ones, because then that kind of is hard to hear the difference. This is very interesting too. Claps are built from little bubbles, little claps, little, what are these? Oh, they're all just claps, okay. Oh, and then one noise, okay. So 3 samples and then 1 noise, that's kind of cool. Because there's stuff about music, sound creation that like I haven't been privy to in my past. So we got 30 minutes now. The last one is the cymbals. Obviously they probably have a lot of these if they let you open 4 cymbals. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my God, why? Holy crap. I bet these are very short. So these aren't samples necessarily, they're noise samples. Maybe not even samples, I don't know. Anyways, that is, like, I think you get it. So what there's no toms in here. This is just your basic structure of what drums are. And you can add your own toms from other things, but this is kind of what Drum Designer is in a nutshell. And it loads pretty quick, at least off an SSD. That's kind of nice. And you can open up individual ones if you want, and then there's just the kick. God, even that default one sounds beefy. My bad. If you're trying to make modern music, I think this is a good way to go. And if you're like me, you're not usually making modern music, but you're taking modern sounds and trying to make old music with them. So it's actually really creative. It makes me think about creative uses that I could do, like use my own drum beats, like my own drum patterns, the ones that I prefer, with these new sounds. And one thing that you can do, obviously, is layer them. So like just immediately I'm thinking about just layering these underneath drums for other projects, and it'll give it that modern sheen sound. So that's Drum Designer. I think UVI's done a really good job there, and it's a modern sound. It's a really modern thing. And they've got the beatbox anthologies, so you can get the modern and the old, you can do the whole thing. Follow me on Twitter, check out my website at mattcreameraudio.com. Subscribe to this channel if you like this stuff. Most importantly though, leave comments if you want me to do something else. That's it for me. Thanks for watching this video, and we'll catch you guys on the next time. And enjoy yourself. Have a pleasant day, evening, morning, whenever you're watching this.
Hey, because it's you.
Hey, thanks for watching this video. We'll see you guys next time. Feel free to subscribe to this channel.